Hello, and thanks for tuning in to this week's LPT3 podcast. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, and this is Nick Brannon, Executive Director of Communications and Marketing for P-CCS. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's this week's news. On Tuesday, August 11th, the P-CCS Board of Education unanimously approved the P-CCS 2020-21 Return to School Plan. Now, there's a lot of information about this plan on the district website right now, and we'll take some time to walk you through some of the basic elements of it. The district will have a fully virtual start on September 8th, and there's really two options for families at this point. The default option for all families is called Safe Start Remote Learning with P-CCS. And this is a full virtual model where students who are part of Safe Start would have the expectation of a return to in-person learning using a phased approach over time based on the evaluation of health and safety data. Within Safe Start, instruction will be provided by P-CCS teachers using P-CCS curricula. Students will begin the year with their assigned classroom teacher, who will provide daily instruction both synchronously and asynchronously. There'll be increased mandatory expectations for learning, such as grading of content, formative and summative assessments, and attendance will be a requirement as driven by state guidelines. The Virtual Academy is an alternative option to Safe Start Remote Learning. This is for families who want a guaranteed virtual option for the entire 2020-21 school year. So whereas Safe Start Remote Learning has a phased-in approach back to in-person learning, the Virtual Academy would be full virtual for the entire year. The minimum commitment for the Virtual Academy is 1 semester for middle school and high school students and 1 trimester for elementary students. Kindergarten through 8th grade would be using P-CCS curricula taught by P-CCS teachers, and the only difference between that and 9th through 12th grade is that it's P-CCS teachers, but they're teaching a Michigan virtual curriculum with resources that are supplemented by P-CCS curricula. There's a lot of distinctions between the two programs and a lot of differences that you can learn about if you check out our Return to Learning Hub, which was just launched on the official district website at pccsk12.com. The landing page for the hub itself really immediately features some of the highlights about each program, some of the features of Safe Start Remote Learning, and then some of the things you would need to know if you're interested in applying for the Virtual Academy. The applications for the Virtual Academy will be open until Tuesday, August 18th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. As mentioned, this Return to Learning Hub is an extremely important resource. It will be regularly updated with all sorts of information, and we have live documents for FAQs, both for our reentry planning and for the Virtual Academy itself. Please bookmark this page and use it as a regular resource to learn more about what P-CCS will look like for the 2020-21 school year. You'll be receiving a lot more communications from P-CCS in the coming days and weeks. Our building principals will be fully engaged in the return to school process in the coming days. You'll get robocall and email and maybe other forms of communication methods coming to you quite regularly. And as a district, we'll be doing regular robocalls from Superintendent of Schools Monica Merritt, as well as other communications that will come through various media. We're really excited to reconnect with our students with all of the changes and the knowledge that we know that this school year will be like no other that we've seen before. We never want to lose focus on what really matters, which is how enthusiastic and excited we are to reconnect with students very soon. So we're looking very, very forward to the fall, and we ask that you stay connected with us, and we promise to stay connected with you. That's this week's news. We'll check in next Tuesday with the LPT3 podcast. Thank you so much for all your support of Plymouth Canton Community Schools, where all students learn, prepare, and thrive.